Hello, I would actually like to, start off by saying that this is just a sample video. It's kind of giving a little bit of a preview of the things that I'm going to be going over in a couple of my classes. And a lot of people are going through a lot of transition right now because of, well, all 6 of the retrogrades that we are in. So I decided that we are going to kind of settle some of those energies and also focus a little bit more on the success as opposed to all of the other negative things that we're dealing with. So I'm going to do one little conjure candle for you all, and hopefully, you'll be able to follow it. This isn't going to necessarily be how I'm going to be doing things, but nevertheless, when I start my classes and everything, I might start doing some online courses, so if you're interested, just let me know. Anyways, I'm going to do this with a white glass candle, because the thing is, with this 7-day candle, this is going to be a more universal color, and also you can choose to use other colors like green, blue, things like that that represent healing. Try to avoid red because we're not doing any like passion, blood magic, or anything else like that. We're working with the ancestors just now. This is just going to be something that you're going to be doing with, just, your own version of however you do things. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of lemongrass. Lemongrass is one of those things that help with our good luck. A lot of the times we use that in ban oil, other things like to kind of turn around a situation. The second one is going to be mandrake. We want to use that for blessings. We want that to be one of those that actually brings in wealth in a lot of ways, that actually clears a lot of that negativity as well. Then I'm going to also be using vervain. Vervain is going to be one of those where it actually gives us mental clarity. And then when we want to do something like cinnamon and everything else, which I'm going to grab for you, that is going to help us with, all the emotions, helps us with our psychic abilities, help us with clarity. I mean, all of these things are going to be kind of helpful with having to get things moving again. When you're feeling like you're stagnant, when you feel like you are stuck, when you feel like there's too much negativity coming at you, it's good to sometimes clear the air. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you what it's all like afterwards. You do not want to use a lot. You do not want to drown out your wick. So, just a little bit, sprinkles. Try to do it clockwise. Sometimes do it maybe 3 times, but since we're doing just little pinches, because I am using so many, just do it once. Will suffice. I say clockwise because that helps open the circle. Alrighty. Therefore, going to do your little bit of an intention prayer too with all of this. With this, I'm going to do one of my own little signature scents, because the thing is, it is a personalized one for me too. So what I would definitely recommend is that for protection, I use dragon's blood, especially as of lately. And then I also use a little bit of myrrh as well. Myrrh is something I use just for my own self. I mean, other people will find other things for it, but the thing is, it's just one that helps me commune with spirit a little bit better, and also keeps all the unnecessary riffraff out of my head. So, since this is going to be for me, that's why I'm doing it like this. Not much, just a little drop. Let it just run itself down. You don't have to, go all dramatic with it. It's the intention, not always what you think. is simple. Me personally, I like to use a lot of psalms in my rituals. And since this isn't going to necessarily be, well, major ritual, it's just a little bit of a class to kind of teach you a little bit of basics. Again, just a pinch of lemongrass, pinch of mandrake, pinch of vervain, and a pinch of cinnamon, okay? Now, I'm pretty much going to, leave that on there, but I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes, but by the time you are done, just so we don't drown out the wick, you want it to look like this, okay? It is that simple. Now, I use the Psalms a lot. Like I said, I'm going to use the Psalm 23 with this one, and then I'm going to, well, do my own form of a version of a prayer. Something that you definitely want to sometimes use is just make sure that you know that these herbs are not going to just bless themselves. You gotta have some faith and power and some conviction with the things that you're saying. And you gotta believe what you're actually saying. Believe me, the spirits do hear you when you have doubt. So it's going to be one of those where, like I said, I'm just letting this actually sit for a little bit, because I am going to be adding a few more things to my stuff. But here, maybe even try using a little bit of a pendulum while you're actually focusing, until you can actually finally, do this on yourself by second nature. To me, it's kind of become a second nature thing. And I don't necessarily always share every single detail of what I do because, well, you gotta finally figure that out for yourself. But this is definitely a more easier one that's gonna help with focus, help you get that clarity out, and help you maybe even deal with a few other things as well. So, anyways, thank you for coming to my little sample class. Believe me, this is not going to be how I completely do things because I want to go more in depth with people, especially on an individual basis. But I have a feeling that at least this might be able to help you. At least you know what certain herbs to use, and I did briefly describe what they were for. But again, you're going to have to learn some of this on your own. But I'm just here to show you the way.